Hello, my name is Jaden and welcome to the channel. This is part 2 of a 2-part series covering the first 9 levels of the Backrooms. If you haven't watched part 1, I highly recommend you watch it to learn about the first 5 of these 9 levels. The link to that video is in the description down below. Now, let's get into the video and discuss the rest of the first 9 levels that make up the Backrooms. Inside of the Backrooms, there are many groups of wanderers. Before going into the rest of the 9 levels, we will first cover some of these groups. One of the largest groups in the Backrooms is known as the Meg. The Meg, spelled out as MEG, is an acronym for Major Explorer Group. This group acts as an attempt at forming some sort of government inside of the Backrooms. The group's main mission is to help wanderers and enact a government to limit the amount of anarchy and chaos in the Backrooms. Unfortunately for the Meg, that is easier said than done. Another group in the Backrooms is the Anti-Entity Group, also known as AEG. This group of people formed from the remains of another group known as the Anti-Entity Agency, or AEA, and consists of about 212 members. The main goal of this group is to eliminate all non-human entities in the Backrooms. Their members are highly trained in hand-to-hand combat, as well as handling weapons, and they are known to have a large stockpile of weapons and almond water in order to help advance their cause. The group is a bit controversial, however, due to their kill-on-sight policy when it comes to entities, regardless of whether or not the entity is hostile. The final group that we will go over for now is known as the Followers of Jerry. The Followers of Jerry are a cult in the Backrooms that worship an entity named Jerry. Jerry is a bird that resembles a macaw parrot with blue feathers. He is most commonly seen in level 1, however there have been occasional sightings of Jerry on level 2. The bird appears to have some sort of psychic ability to indoctrinate any wanderer that has made physical contact with Jerry. Once a wanderer has been indoctrinated, they began to worship Jerry as if he is a god, often shouting phrases such as, "Jerry is everything," and "All hail Jerry." Given the dangers of Jerry's indoctrination abilities, the Meg sent a team codenamed Wild Warriors to eliminate Jerry. Unfortunately, the Meg team was forced to retreat after losing 2 of their members to Jerry's influence. Now, let's go over the rest of the first 9 levels of the Backrooms, starting with level 5. If a wanderer can find office-like stairways in level 4, they will be able to follow these stairs in order to end up at the next level of the Backrooms, level 5. This level has been rated as a Class 2 difficulty level. Level 5 is an infinite hotel complex with many different rooms and halls. The hotel appears to resemble the era of the 1920s and 1930s, with furniture and decor fitting that theme. There are 3 main areas to level 5. The main hall, the Beverly Room, and the Boiler Room. The central hub of level 5 is known as the Beverly Room. The center of this room contains a table illuminated by a chandelier right above it. The room is gigantic and has 2 doors on its west wall and 2 doors on its east wall, leading to various parts of the hotel. This central room is known as the Beverly Room due to the copper signs outside of the room labeling it as such. One of the more dangerous locations in level 5 is the Boiler Room. The Boiler Room is a large section of concrete halls and high ceilings. The area tends to smell like smoke, and the temperature in the Boiler Room tends to be higher than the rest of level 5. It should be noted that many parts of the Boiler Room are barred off by heavy machinery located throughout the local area. There are also 3 confirmed elevators in the boiler room. However, it is advised to avoid these elevators at all costs. There are also living statues in level 5. If a wanderer sees one of these statues, it is advised that they leave the area as soon as possible, but maintain eye contact with the statue, as looking away can result in the wanderer being mutilated. Many of the wanderers who've gone insane in this level talk about the beast on level 5, who is a tall and scaly humanoid that wears a suit and tie. Many question whether or not this beast is real, however, due to the only reports of the beast coming from wanderers who have arguably lost their minds. In order to reach level 6, one must travel through the boiler room on level 5. Eventually, the light in the boiler room begins to dim, and soon any wanderer traveling in this way will be submerged in complete darkness. Level 6 is a complex of metallic floors and brick walls with abundant piping located throughout the area. It has been rated as a Class 4 difficulty. The entire level is in complete darkness, and man-made light sources are unable to produce light in this level. Due to the darkness subduing one's senses, auditory and visual hallucinations are commonly experienced on this level. This level often messes with one's perception of reality, resulting in severe paranoia and derealization. There are no known entities on this level, however, due to the complete darkness, many people who enter level 6 never escape. If you're able to wander far enough through level 6, you will eventually begin to see the ground beneath you, the walls around you, and even your own hand when held up in front of your face. You'll then find yourself in the first and only confirmed room of level 7. This room is well lit with fluorescent lighting and has a thin layer of water over the floor. Despite the flooding in the room is fully furnished. In other words, there is at least some furniture in this room. The room contains a bookshelf with many books. The origin of these books is unknown. A small coffee table with a single chair, and a fluorescent ceiling lamp that helps with illuminating the room. In this room you'll see a door. Upon opening the door, your center of gravity will shift, and you'll fall forward, now vertically, through the door into the rest of level 7. Level 7 is rated as a Class 3 difficulty and is a giant ocean of an unknown size that appears to stretch on forever. The ocean floor is reportedly covered in carpet, however it is difficult for one to reach such a depth due to the large amounts of tar and bones located in the deeper parts of level 7's ocean. The ocean in this level remains mostly unexplored, but what little exploration has taken place suggests that this level is almost completely devoid of life. Given the depth of the ocean on this level, the ocean has been divided into different zones classified by wanderers. The first of these zones is known as the Daylight Zone. The name of this zone is pretty good at describing this area, given how it is the most illuminated part of the ocean. Not much exists in this zone on the surface, and it remains relatively barren and empty. About a kilometer below the surface and past the Daylight Zone is located the Twilight Zone. The Twilight Zone is significantly darker and colder than the Daylight Zone. This zone also contains the bones of both humans and unidentified fish. Beyond the Twilight Zone, at a depth of around 3 kilometers, lies the Midnight Zone. This zone is completely dark and contains the skeletal structures of many unknown fish. The skeletal structures are very different from fish in the front rooms, as many wanderers describing these skeletons describe them as incomprehensible. There is also a creature rumored to be swimming in this ocean known as the Thing on Level 7. This entity is reported to resemble the appearance of an anglerfish, but with a larger amount of teeth. If encountered, wanderers should try to slowly move away from the entity while remaining as still as possible. If a wanderer does not do this, the entity will bite the wanderer's vital organs repeatedly until the wanderer dies of blood loss. Deep in this ocean, there is supposed to be a hole that one can swim into in order to reach level 8. Level 8 is the 9th level of the Backrooms and has a difficulty rating of 5. Level 8 consists of a series of cave systems that range from caves too small for one to fit through to gigantic caverns. These caves are usually very dark. However, in some areas, light sources from an unknown origin may illuminate the local caverns. The caves are very damp, with almond water often flowing down the sides of the cave walls and dripping from the ceiling. Vegetation can sometimes be found on level 8. However, this vegetation is rare and only exists in the form of vines and shrubs. Pits of tar can be found in certain parts of level 8. It is advised to avoid these pits, as if one enters them, they will be dragged down by a mass of human hands under the tar and never seen again. There are also pools of distilled water in these caves. Entering one of these pools can take a wanderer back to level 7. Level 8 is notorious for its extreme abundance of entities. Located in level 8 are smilers, skin stealers, wretches, camo crawlers, male and female death moths, facelings, hounds, and an entity known as the arachnids of level 8. Many of these entities were discussed in my previous video. The link to this video can be found in the description below. As for the entities that I did not discuss in the previous video, let's discuss them now. Wretches are very similar to what many people would describe as zombies, and are identified to be former wanderers. If a wanderer remains separated from other wanderers for long stretches of time, anywhere from a few weeks to a few months, they will begin to display aggressive behavior and develop an itchy rash. This is known as the first stage of the wretch virus, and is easily treatable with hydration and rest. However, if the virus is not treated, it can progress to stage 2, where skin and muscle tissue will dissolve and flake off of the body. At this stage, only high volumes of almond water can bring someone back to normal. Soon the wanderer will reach stage 3. At this stage, the effects of the wretch virus cannot be treated. The cartilage in the wanderer's body will dissolve, as well as their eyelids. A brown sludge will ooze from their mouths, and the wanderer will now have become a wretch. Camo crawlers are humanoid figures that lack the ability to see. Despite this, they have a great sense of hearing, which they use to hunt and attack. They are also commonly found in packs, making them even more dangerous. Female death moths, unlike their male counterparts, are extremely hostile and are known to spit acid. The main way to tell the difference between them is noticing that female death moths are several times larger than male death moths. The arachnids of level 8 are 3 different types of spiders that are known to be found in abundance on level 8. The first of these types are simply known as the arachnids. These spiders are often poisonous and range from 2 centimeters to 2 meters in length. However, they won't become aggressive as long as they aren't bothered. The next type is known as the queen spider. The queen spider is between 7 and 10 meters in length and is extremely aggressive. The third type of spider on this level are known as Franken spiders. These spiders are known for their ability to regenerate limbs and heal from wounds very quickly. Like normal spiders, Franken spiders are only aggressive when they feel threatened by a wanderer. Due to the dangers and the number of hostile entities in this level, the Meg has set up an outpost codenamed Cave Raiders. This outpost's goals are to eliminate hostile entities on level 8 and to create safe passageways to make it easier for wanderers to travel through level 8. This concludes part 2 of my 2-part series covering the first 9 levels of the Backrooms. I do want to let you guys know that this was only a brief overview of these levels and that there is a lot of information that I decided to leave out. However, I may create future videos where I go more in depth on a specific level. I also want to let you guys know that I'll be covering many other urban legends, events, and ideas, and not just the Backrooms in future videos, so stay tuned for those. Finally, please like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, as I greatly appreciate it. Thank you for watching.